particular, we welcome Minister Fullerton, Minister for Children, Community and Social Services. Minister, thank you for your presence. We also welcome Nick Booth, CEO of True Patriot Love Foundation. Nick, we welcome you and your team at True Patriot Love Foundation, as well as many of the supporters, many of you who have made it possible for the Highway of Heroes to be what it is today. This unveiling is an event I have been looking forward to for many years. To me, the Highway of Heroes encompasses all that is Canadian, its values and its traditions. The mere concept of it growing from the grassroots of ordinary Canadians stuck with me emotionally and in some ways even physically. Moving from Europe to Canada, having witnessed only the United Kingdom, where the citizens wear a poppy to remember and never forget, was and remains to have an impact on me. So thank you for all being with us to witness this very important event. I now will hand over to Nick, CEO of True Patriot Love Foundation, after which we will unveil the scene of our Highway of Heroes created by the Little Canada team within our 401 highway, within the Southwestern Ontario exhibit.
Thank you, Jean-Louis, Minister Fullerton, and all our guests for attending today, and to Little Canada for being such gracious hosts and partners. I had the great privilege of going down to the original factory, must be 2 years ago now, Jean-Louis, where you kindly hosted me to begin to talk about what was possible, and this building hadn't been acquired and this facility wasn't open, and it's come an extraordinary long way. So it's a fantastic achievement, and congratulations to you and all of your team for making it possible. In particular, as we enter this special week, I want to thank all those military members and veterans who are here today, and to thank you for your service to Canada. This week is an important week as we acknowledge those who've fallen in the service of Canada. Over 114,000 Canadians died in uniform over the past 100 years. Many more since they came back from those wars, also through suicide, or a result of physical and mental health challenges from their time in the military. One of those was Captain Nicola Goddard. Nicola, as many of you will know, was an inspiring young artillery officer, educated at the Royal Military College here in Ontario, in Kingston. When Nicola was tragically killed in 2006 in Afghanistan, she was the first Canadian woman ever to fall in combat. And Nicola remains a symbol of leadership and courage and strength to all Canadians. And her legacy lives on through the Captain Nicola Goddard Fund, which we're privileged to hold at True Patriot Love, and we work with Nicola's family closely to provide support to women members, women veterans and their families, and to promote the role of women in the armed forces and the extraordinary contribution they make to all that our military achieves. So I'm honoured today to be able to unveil the bridge here at Little Canada, dedicated to Captain Goddard, and the remembrance of all our fallen soldiers who've travelled home along the Highway of Heroes. And a special thank you to the many individuals and companies who supported the Highway of Heroes Memorial Bridge campaign and who are with us today. Thank you so much for being here and for what you did to make that extraordinary part of Ontario possible. In addition to honouring those who've fallen, this period of remembrance is also a chance to ensure we acknowledge the service of those who stepped up, but who may now be carrying the physical and invisible wounds of war. Canada has over 700,000 armed forces veterans, and over a third of those live here in Ontario. And the Minister had the opportunity to speak with a group just prior to this to hear firsthand their experiences of their time in service and some of the challenges that exist beyond service that many of them are working through now with each other and with their families and with the help of True Patriot Love. Many of those who do serve struggle after their time in service, and without help they face an uncertain future filled with anxiety and depression, isolation, post-traumatic stress. The rate of suicide for veterans is more than twice that of their civilian counterparts, and that's true for both men and women. And this is why True Patriot Love is honoured to be working as a trusted partner with the Ontario Government and with the Ministry of Children, Community and Social Services under Minister Fullerton's leadership. We are proud to work together to support programs across the province that will have a positive impact on the mental health of Ontario's veterans and their families. This significant investment over the next 2 years will help ensure a more coordinated response in the provision of programs and will allow us to develop innovative ways to ensure that the support is provided to those whose mental health challenges exist, having followed in the footsteps of Captain Goddard and stood so bravely on behalf of this country. I want to thank Minister Fullerton and her team for making this possible. We'll now unveil the bridge in Captain Goddard's memory, Nicola's memory, and then I'll ask Minister Fullerton to step forward and say a few words on behalf of the Government of Ontario. Thank you for being here today.
Space that they've created and been part of, but to bring the heart to the memory of Nicola Goddard and to make sure that we all understand that it's not just today that we recognize and reflect upon those who have served us and served us so valiantly, but also every day. So not just today, not just November 11th, although that's a very, very important day, but every day we must remember. So thank you for your commitment to getting us to this point, and it is such an honor to be here with you today to commemorate and celebrate the beautiful legacy that Captain Nicola Goddard left us. Thank you to all the people who have worked tirelessly to make this dedication a reality. And I did get a chance, as Nick mentioned, to speak with some of the veterans, and I think it's so important for those voices to be heard. Remembrance Day is a time to honor and thank the selfless soldiers who fought for our freedom and who protect us now. It is also a time to reflect and to celebrate and honor those we lost. But we must also take care of the men and women who came home. And each year, 9,000 to 10,000 Canadian Armed Forces members are released from military service. About 1/3 of them indicate that they have difficulty transitioning to civilian life, especially those who are released due to service-related injury. And about 1/5 of Canadian veterans experience a diagnosed mental health disorder at some time during their lives. The most suffer depression, PTSD, and anxiety disorders. And that's why I'm proud to share that we are providing the True Patriot Love Foundation with over $529,000 in mental health supports for our veterans who came home. Whether it's support for group therapy or for women veterans dealing with sexual assault they experienced while abroad, we must support our veterans, and not just today or November 11th, every single day. We must ensure that we are supporting those who fought for us. Thank you to Little Canada for this beautiful and important tribute today to honor Captain Nicola Goddard. And thank you to the True Patriot Love Foundation. Your selflessness, compassion, and commitment to our veterans is admirable. And on behalf of Premier Ford and our government, I want to express my sincere gratitude to all veterans for keeping us safe and free. And to those who didn't make it home, may your souls rest in heaven, and may you know how grateful we are for your sacrifices. To those who came home, we thank you, we see you, and we are here for you. May God bless our veterans. Thank you.
Nice. That was just the Ontario fun for me.
Squish together like you like each other.
You want to smile?
Minister, can you tell me just what your thoughts are on today with being here and seeing this?
Well, it's very moving, and I was able to meet with some of the veterans before we came out and made the announcement. I think it's so important to be listening to the experiences, to understand what they're going through, and to provide the support that will help bridge the gaps that we're seeing, and really improve the support for our veterans moving forward.
Highway Heroes was truly a grassroots phenomenon, really, where all Canadians came out on their own volition. If you can just speak a little bit about that.
Well, I think it's important to recognize the sacrifice that veterans make, sometimes the ultimate sacrifice. And the Highway of Heroes was really a way to demonstrate and allow the public to demonstrate their support for the ultimate sacrifice, but also to keep veterans in our minds and hearts at all times, to understand the support that they need at their vulnerable times as well.
John, just while I have you here, can you tell me about your vision with this, if you can, please?
What do you mean of the whole thing?
Well, just of the highway first, of the highway.
Well, the vision was to represent within Little Canada everything that's Canadian, and the Highway of Heroes is clearly for me personally, in the fabric of Canada. It represents everything that is Canadian, and so I wanted to include this into the experience so that all the guests will be exposed to what the Highway of Heroes is about, not just by driving along the 401 and seeing a plaque or a sign here and there and wondering, well, what does that sign stand for? Now people will be able to understand what it is all about.
Amazing to see even the veterans come here today to see this. Amazing. Just to talk a little about today and how much it really means to you.
Well, this was many years in the making. I was always looking forward to unveiling this, and when about 3 years ago I met with True Patriot Love Foundation and we talked about it, and then the idea came up, why don't we dedicate the bridge to one veteran, a fallen soldier, and it was almost like a no-brainer that we would pick the first female soldier to succumb to her wounds in Afghanistan, and hence Captain Nicola Goddard.
So